Alright, first we're going to do Photoshop masking. In my next tutorial, I will go over Sony Vegas masking. I'm gonna want to open it in Photoshop. Now, for my Photoshop, I have a plugin that is basically like a copy of Clipping Magic. It's not quite as good, but it works. So, if I can find the link, I'll put it in the description. But I guess first I'll show you some other things you can do. First off, you have the background eraser tool, which isn't the best, but I mean, it works. Just make sure make it clean, and you're going to have to go over and erase things. And to do that, you're going to want to put a solid color in the background, so that way you can see where you need to erase things. But you want to be on the right layer when you do that. But this is a destructive tool, so use it carefully and make sure you don't erase anything you don't want to with the background eraser tool, I mean. Because it can be sneaky and just make things partially transparent so you don't notice it until you go to edit with it, and then you've already saved it and you have to redo it. So that's one way to do it, but it's kind of a pain to get in little areas, but it can do it. So it's good. It works, but it's not perfect. It mostly works if your background and what you want are completely different colors. Otherwise, it can be weird. Also, you can change your tolerance level and stuff. So that's one way to do it. Or you can use the magic wand and select it. It's kind of a pain sometimes, though. But it works pretty decently, so. And it's okay if you mess up, because I'll show you how to go in afterwards and fix that. Just make sure you have everything selected, because if you're missing parts when you cut it, you can't really get them back without just going back and doing it. So then you want to invert it and then cut it. Except you're probably going to want to put a layer behind it first. Yeah, and then cut it. And then you can go in with the wand in areas you missed and just cut them out. And see, it leaves little spots, but those are pretty easy to take out with the background eraser or just the regular eraser. That's another way you can mask in Photoshop. Oh, yeah, and you're obviously going to want to take the color off when you go to save them. And I'll show you how to save them too, don't worry. Let's see, what can we use for the other one? Okay, let's use this one. Now for this one, I use this. And yeah, it's basically a Clipping Magic lookalike. It's not quite as good, but I mean, it works very well. And yeah, that's basically how that works. You want to make sure you didn't miss any spots. And if you did, you can just go in and clip them out. I have a tendency to do things on the wrong layer. Stop. Goddamn. And yeah. Bye. That's basically how that works. And then to save them, going to save for web. And then you want to set it to PNG 24, and you just hit OK. Except you want to take off the background before you do that, because I'm stupid. Hi. My name is stupid. And ta-da! Transparent image. Just make sure there's no background when you save them. And yeah. That is how, those are the ways that I use to make images transparent in Photoshop. I also just have Photoshop Elements, so it's not like the full Photoshop, but it's close enough if you noticed any differences between ours. So just so you know, I don't have actual full Photoshop, because this one just came with my art tablet,